You bring home a Beauceron expecting a loyal, majestic protector. You imagine perfect obedience and an unbreakable bond. But within months, the dream shatters. Instead of a loyal shadow, you find yourself living with an incredibly powerful, relentless force that dominates your every waking moment. The truth is, most people who get a Beauceron eventually give up. They break. Why? Because behind those striking eyes lies a reality no breeder will ever warn you about today. Let's uncover the brutal truth. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. The relentless physical drive. A Beauceron does not just need exercise, it requires a grueling physical commitment that breaks the average owner. A casual walk around the block? Forget it. If they do not run miles every single day, their pent-up energy mutates into something destructive and dangerous. You will come home to shredded furniture, ruined floors, and a dog pacing with intense nervous anxiety. People underestimate the sheer athleticism of this breed. They were bred to work fields all day without stopping. When you force that boundless energy into a suburban lifestyle, the dog suffers, and your life becomes a chaotic nightmare. You will exhaust yourself trying to keep up, but it will never be enough for them. Number 9. Unforgiving mental stimulation. Needs. Physical exhaustion is only half the battle. The Beauceron possesses a razor-sharp intellect that demands constant, intense mental engagement. If you leave them alone with nothing to solve, they will invent their own jobs. Usually, that job involves systematically dismantling your life. They will figure out how to open doors, unlock gates, and bypass your security measures just out of sheer boredom. Owners quickly realize that training cannot be a weekend hobby. It must be a rigorous daily lifestyle. If you fail to challenge their mind, they lose respect for you. You are no longer their leader, just a minor obstacle in their environment. This relentless mental pressure breaks owners who just wanted a normal pet. Number 8. The dangerous protection instinct. Everyone wants a guard dog until they actually have to live with one. The Beauceron's protective instinct is not a party trick. It is a hardwired, intense suspicion of anything outside their inner circle. If not perfectly socialized, this breed perceives every delivery driver, visiting friend, and passing neighbor as a mortal threat. You are suddenly managing a loaded weapon. The liability is terrifying. One misunderstood gesture from a stranger can trigger a terrifying display of aggression. Owners find themselves isolating, afraid to have guests over or walk in public spaces. The constant hypervigilance required to manage this intense guarding trait drains the joy out of dog ownership, leaving only crippling anxiety and constant stress. Number 7. Crushing dominance and stubbornness. Do not expect blind obedience. A Beauceron will constantly question your authority, looking for any sign of weakness. They are incredibly dominant and will systematically challenge your boundaries. If you give an inch, they will take the entire house. This is not a dog that works for free. They need to know why they should listen to you. If your leadership wavers for even a single day, they will assume command. Living with a dog that constantly tests your resolve is exhausting. Many owners simply lack the forceful, unwavering confidence required to maintain control. Once the dog realizes they are the smartest, most dominant presence in the room, the relationship devolves into an absolute nightmare. Number 6. The extreme herding behavior. You might think a herding instinct is cute until your dog applies it to your children. A Beauceron will nip, body slam, and aggressively corral anything that moves quickly. Kids running in the yard? They are livestock to be managed. This behavior is deeply ingrained and incredibly forceful. The dog will use its heavy body and sharp teeth to enforce order. Parents are horrified to find their toddlers bruised or knocked down by a dog just acting on its genetics. Suppressing this instinct requires advanced, intensive training that the average family cannot provide. The stress of constantly monitoring interactions between the dog and vulnerable family members pushes many overwhelmed owners right to their absolute breaking point. Number 5. Intense sensitivity and reactivity. Behind their tough exterior lies a remarkably sensitive dog that never forgets a mistake. If you use overly harsh corrections or lose your temper, the Beauceron will shut down or, worse, react with defensive aggression. They require a masterclass in balanced handling. You must be firm but absolutely fair. This delicate tightrope walk is too difficult for most people. If they become fearful or lose trust in you, their size makes them incredibly dangerous. Owners often create reactive, anxious dogs simply because they do not know how to handle such a complex emotional profile. Fixing these human-made behavioral issues takes thousands of dollars in specialized training, causing many to surrender the dog in total despair. Number 4. Zero tolerance for weakness. A Beauceron reads your body language better than you do. They can smell hesitation, fear, and inconsistency. If you are anxious, they become anxious. If you are weak, they become a tyrant. You cannot fake confidence with this breed. They require an owner who is emotionally resilient and always in control. For the average person dealing with work stress, family issues, and daily life, maintaining this flawless facade of leadership is simply impossible. On your worst days, the dog will exploit your vulnerability, acting out and ignoring commands. The emotional toll of having to constantly project absolute strength in your own home is an unspoken burden that slowly crushes the spirit of inexperienced dog owners. Number 3. The crushing financial burden. Owning a Beauceron is a financial black hole. Between specialized high-protein diets to fuel their massive frames, heavy-duty toys they destroy in minutes, and the inevitable property damage during their teenage phase, your bank account will drain rapidly. But the real cost lies in professional training. Because of their severe behavioral risks, you cannot use a cheap neighborhood obedience class. You need specialized working dog trainers, which cost a small fortune. Add in the increased home insurance premiums and potential liability costs, and the financial reality is staggering. People buy the puppy thinking they can afford it, only to realize the monthly maintenance costs rival a luxury car payment. It bankrupts their patients and their wallets. Number 2. Complete loss of freedom. Say goodbye to your spontaneous lifestyle. You cannot just leave a Beauceron with a neighbor or standard boarding facility when you want to take a vacation. Most places will refuse to take them due to their size, protectiveness, and intense needs. Your entire life becomes structured around managing this dog. After work drinks, you have to rush home because the dog has been crated and needs 3 hours of intense work. Weekend getaways? Canceled. You are entirely tethered to this animal's grueling schedule. The isolation is profoundly depressing for many owners. You become a prisoner in your own home, entirely dictated by the relentless demands of a working breed that never, ever takes a day off. Number 1. The heartbreaking maturation phase. The ultimate breaking point hits between 1 and 3 years of age. Your sweet puppy suddenly morphs into an unrecognizable, testing, aggressive teenager. This maturation phase is incredibly intense. All their protective instincts, dominance, and physical power manifest at once. Owners who thought they had a well-trained dog are suddenly dragged down the street and growled at in their own living rooms. It feels like a massive betrayal. The overwhelming realization that this is not a phase, but the dog's true adult temperament emerging, is a crushing blow. This is the exact moment the shelters get called. The dream dies, replaced by the terrifying reality that they have created a monster they cannot control. So guys, owning a Beauceron is not just a commitment, it is a total lifestyle sacrifice. They are magnificent, brilliant creatures, but they demand absolute perfection from their owners. If you cannot provide a job, flawless leadership, and endless dedication, this breed will break you. Are you truly ready for the brutal reality of the Beauceron? Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below, and do not forget to subscribe.